Thanks. I'm Owen Power with Utah Youth Rugby. I want to express my thanks to Idaho for coming out. Thank you very much, Idaho. And, but certainly not least, probably one of the best girls rugby teams in the country, Summit out of Colorado. Thank you for coming out again. And just as a sneak preview, at the awards ceremony a little bit later, Summit took the initiative and brought us the floating trophy that we'll hand out each year. This is something to behold, so be sure that you're there. This is going to be a really awesome thing. And thank you to all you girls, especially, and the Utah Youth Rugby girls for being here. This is a great tournament. It's bigger than last year, and it's just going to get better. And what's making it really, really special this year is that for some reason, and we're super excited to have Jillion Potter here with us this year. Now, I don't think anybody here knows who Jillion is. But for the odd one that might not know, so Jillion is amazing. She is a U.S. Eagle with the U.S. women's team, and she captained the Olympic team to Rio this year in 2016. And I guess for me it was super exciting to see the women do better than the men at the Olympics, so well done. So Jillion has a great history. One of the things that really ties her in strongly to the Pink Sevens is last year when we did this tournament for the first time, what we wanted to do is to have some kind of initiative to support. And it's October, right? So Pink Month and Cancer Awareness Month as well. And so we wanted to tie in with that, and we were super excited together with Zurich and Huntsman Cancer Institute to tie in and make this a big event supporting the Huntsman Cancer Institute this year, and Zurich as well for helping out and supporting us too. And what makes that special is that Jillion has been able to overcome cancer in her life, and she has an amazing story, and I'm looking forward to hearing from her. So you don't want to hear from me anymore. Jillion, please come on up.
Well, first off, Patrick, Owen, thanks for having me. And when I was invited to come out here, I was absolutely excited and just so happy to be a part of this event. And so what I kind of wanted to share with you is, how great rugby is, as you already know. A little bit about myself and the things that I've overcome to be where I am today, and how the rugby community has helped me overcome cancer and some many injuries in my life. So rugby is a life lessons teacher, right? Not only do we just play the game because we love the game, but it teaches us perseverance, it teaches us hard work, it teaches us integrity. And one of the things that I've learned from my coaches. And so over the past 10 years, I've played for Team USA, and I've been playing rugby for a little bit over 12. And what I've learned is that your coaches and your referees and your teammates will stand by you and through the hardest times in your life, and that you will do the same for them, because the bonds that you make on this rugby field are going to be bonds that you have for the rest of your life. And that's not just with your teammates, but that's everyone that plays the game and that's invested in rugby. And I first started playing rugby at the University of New Mexico and was actually just kind of headhunted. I had no idea what rugby was. I had just started college. It was my freshman year. And a couple girls said, "Hey, Jillion, you want to come play rugby?" And I was like, "No, what? I don't even know what that is." And by the third time I was actually approached, I finally said, "All right, I'll come out." And my first day at practice was tackling practice. And ever since that moment, I was hooked. How many people had that happen to them? Tackling. That was kind of what got you in the game. So a few people, like the physicality, like the tackling. I know I do. And so I went through the age grade programs and actually played for Carl Barth, this gentleman. He now coaches Summit County High School. So it's nice. It's nice to see some familiar faces in the crowd. And many years training for rugby, and really had my eyes on the USA team for quite some time. And in August of 2014, I was in Paris at the World Cup in France, playing for Team USA. And after that, something just uprooted my life, right? Changed my life from here on out. And after Paris, after the World Cup, I found out that I had cancer. And there's not many words that can really throw your life into a spin, but cancer is definitely one of them. And so I went from a very rigorous training schedule at the Olympic Training Center, training, every single day, multiple training sessions, to a very difficult chemotherapy session for 4 days in the hospital. And throughout my cancer treatment, I still trained as much as I could. I still thought about playing rugby and trying to keep my dream alive about going to the Olympics. But I also didn't let that dream stop me from recognizing that that life is special, And besides that year, besides having cancer, it was a great year, even though I was sick. I got to travel, even though I went to the hospital in Houston. I still got to go to Houston. I got to build a home. I got a new puppy. I got to watch my teammates perform on the world stage. And, many players have actually asked me today, like, what was my favorite game? And to be honest, it was a game that I wasn't actually playing in. And it was the first time that the USA Women's Sevens team beat New Zealand. And I had just finished treatment. I was about 6 months out. And I was on my way to run a half marathon because I signed up for a half marathon. And I was at the airport and I was watching on my phone us play New Zealand. And they were on the series, and I couldn't make that series, or couldn't go to watch. And we were hammering them. And I was walking in the airport line in security, and tears were streaming down my face, and I'm just pacing around, do you see what's happening? Does anybody see what's happening here? We're crushing New Zealand, And so for me, and maybe that's something that you'll eventually understand, is that rugby is just truly remarkable to be a part of it. And even when you're injured and you're on the sideline, and sometimes you think, man, I just really want to be back into the game. You can be so proud of the women that's on the field playing for you and playing for your country or maybe for your team. So I'm about a year and a half from my cancer diagnosis. I've been about a year and a half cancer-free. And it's really special for me to be here to award the Huntsman Institute a check from Xerox. And to be honest, the rugby community really came forward and helped me a lot while I was sick. And that's what's so special about rugby, is that we always have each other's back, even if you don't know me personally. Now, looking across the field, I feel connected to all of you because you play rugby and that we're all in this together. And so without further ado, I would like to introduce the Huntsman Institute up. So it's a great pleasure to actually award the check on behalf of Xerox to the Huntsman Institute. And what's so remarkable is not just the fact that they're doing this, is that we're all representing and playing rugby for others. And what this does, what this symbolizes, is motivation and encouragement and support for breast cancer patients across the country. And you should be proud about that. So, yeah, round of applause. Let's go. And this is specifically for the Huntsman Institute because they actually focus on research of cancer. And that's important because it allows a better prognosis for cancer patients and gives more treatment options for other cancers that may or may not have actually good options right now. So thank you for doing that. And we're really, really happy to present this check. Yeah. Does Xerox want to come up and chat? Xerox! No, girl, get out here. Come on. It's easy.
My name is Sally, and I'm from Huntsman, and we just want to say thank you guys. Thank you for being out here. You guys are a big part of this, and without you, this wouldn't be happening. And so you're kind of a big deal. Round of applause for yourself. Yeah. Woo. And for Jillion and Zurich's. And so on behalf of the doctors and the researchers, and most importantly, the patients, thank you so much. Thanks for being out here and for playing.
I got really excited because I also told Patrick that I wanted to play touch. And I was hoping that all of you would want to play touch. Yeah? All right, let's do it.
All right, cleats off. Let's go. Everybody over here.
Cleats off. Woo!
Nice job.
Oh.